Oh dear. Alright. Wonder if anyone else is here.
No. Okay. Alright. How you going? Yep.
The bracelet I'm gonna put on you.
Good evening.
If you try to do any transformations.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait, I was in the back. Hello. There you go. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Prevent you from using any magic.
You're welcome.
Holding limited human strength and any weapons.
Alrighty then. Very good.
It's really interesting. I've never seen Knuckles.
Such a wealth of knowledge.
I'm good now. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Down, by the way.
And my mind is not in like 50 different places.
Ha.
Hi.
I see. Hello there. Oh, thank you.
You need to remind me, essentially.
Could I have one of the grapefruit sunrises?
Fruit sunrises? Okay, that is 18 credits.
Yep.
Alright.
I wonder. We shall see.
Sunrise. Oh, geez, there's all sort of things in there. Okay, well,
Platonically.
No, that was just walking down. Walk away with a beer. Okay, yogurt.
Yeah.
I never see him drinking. He has something. What else? He's up to something.
He's probably gonna give it to some. It's probably Spike.
Alright,
Oh, I saw someone in the middle of a heavy conversation, so I walked up and gave the guy toilet paper and said you needed this, and then walked away.
Only one bun.
Sorry about that.
There's only one person in front of me.
Hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
I'll be in today. My movements are suffering.
Just have fun while you're here.
I'll try. I'll probably be sitting.
Ah, I see. That was her main, I guess her main thing.
I wonder. Nobody downstairs, so I might just get to drink in peace.
Are you sure about that?
No, not entirely. That's
But
why
are
I'm
you sure
checking
you're gonna
upstairs.
drink? Oh, okay.
I would rather not be in peace, but I'm double checking whether or not I will be in peace
You're
tonight.
one of those brooding, edgy type that are like, I must be in eternal torment or else I'm not happy.
I mean, and it's quite the opposite. Like I would rather have people around to bother me rather than.
Well, there are plenty of people up here. So enjoy yourself.
Well, it's not so much that there aren't people. It's the specific people who would threaten my peace, you know. But
Okay.
you know.
No, I'm keeping this way above me.
Very spiffy.
Oh, God.
Very nice. You come here often?
No one in the secret circles.
Oh wow.
Let's see, is the restaurant's closed. Sad.
It's always closed. Let's be honest here.
It's not always closed. I've been in there at least once. I've been in there at least once.
Without Cronus being around.
True.
I don't usually hold conversations with people.
I'm gonna trust this.
Ah, we have one person.
Still new to me.
Hello. Is this private?
Evening, Mix Fox Love.
I'm
Probably yes.
I'm under Cronus.
All right.
I
Yeah, I was just
I suppose you can
Warning.
looking. I was just looking around, you know, making sure, seeing if there were people here to disturb my peace,
Indeed.
which there aren't that many. So
Of course. I'll be
I-
with you very soon.
absolutely.
Well, I like body double.
Not even a clone, it's just
And then
plastic surgery.
And then, like in like 6 months' time, the real Hamsky emerges from the meat rack with 2 legs. It's like, haha.
Oh no,
we
no,
fell
no!
for my club.
Except he's still like in the secret,
Oh,
and like
he
everyone.
makes
And
his-
then
He makes the outer meat rack a nation for the outer rack. Simply like me.
stored.
Okay, that was pretty horrible.
What's with the fucking puns tonight?
By the way, how are you keeping your leg up? What do you just have it against your nub?
It hurts. Yeah, it hurts. But I'll do
Sounds painful.
anything for a little bit of comfort.
Why don't you just angle your nub?
There's everyone.
And there
Oh
goes
no!
Sachi.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't drink beer.
I am super out of the loop.
Why do I have a stack of bananas?
Why do you have bananas?
I don't drink.
Someone else.
You know,
Have them hold it
Look,
for
I'm
you.
still holding your drink. I'm not stealing it.
And tell him Sachi's
No
gonna
one's
drink
drank out of it.
Thank you. Alright.
Why is
Who gave you
Wait,
fucking
hey,
No, he told me it was just for the meme.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna do that.
I have
knew
a
he was
beer
gonna do
that Sachi gave to me.
Oh no.
I need you to hold it for a moment, because I have to run to the restroom really quick. Can you hold this for a moment?
Give
Yeah.
me this shit. I'm
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
No.
This is. I'm pretty sure you're
Totally.
Is the Nick not like not as loud now? I think the things are not as loud. Is good.
I haven't noticed a change, honestly.
Understandable.
I feel like I'm
Mm.
on a sugar rush. I feel awful. What is
Enigma sounds.
Your foot's in my face.
Oh my gosh, it's Lemon.
I'm
Move
aware.
your foot. Move your foot.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
No! No! Take that off their horn! You can't put the lemon there!
They put it there
It's juicy.
themselves.
I wish I
They just adjusted it. Yeah.
It's juicing into the hair? What?
No,
drink it, okay?
It's like how reindeer are, where they have
Is
like,
it good for your roots
buzz
or
on their
something?
horns. Yeah, it's good for your
Oh.
horns.
Enigma doesn't
also
have
Wait for my
friends.
bananas, motherfucker. I haven't ate today. Well, thank you.
You
I'll take
bitch.
this
How
instead.
much shit
actually.
do you have on you?
Sorry.
Here,
Can I make
Since-
that
most of my stuff.
Can I make my house
Since
have
when do they have
lemonade?
fruits here?
Give me a nene.
I'm very interested.
Give me a nene. Play.
Since the day this place
Can I
opened,
have a banana?
there's a few people who are fruity around.
my bananas go?
Here's your
I
banana.
imagine
They
there
should-
could
they
be
should definitely
shoes
offer
and
those.
such, but
Kind of.
So many.
The banana.
I mean, you've seen Toronto. He's pretty
Wait, do you
fruity.
have any bananas?
Banana.
No, they're right
Roll
I don't see him.
Hey.
I
Well-
don't see him take them.
Banana.
Wait,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This place could use some food, not just
This
drinks.
is weird. This is weird. This is weird.
Bananas are pretty
sorry,
good.
there's a restaurant.
It doesn't always happen.
Well, there is, but
Why are you
like,
putting a banana near
is
his
there?
balls?
If it's not open,
I couldn't get the bananas.
What do you mean it's stuck?
Wait.
What do you mean?
How do you unpeel this banana? Oh, you put the stick down.
It's. Oh my fucking god.
Hemsky.
Actually, I can't get it off.
Please, there's a very unfortunate thing happening right now, and I need you to move.
I can't see it.
I do, but everyone else can.
No, it doesn't.
Please, thank you. God, I should have taken a picture.
It's fine. It's fine. My eyes have seen everything.
Okay, good.
Enigma has too many
Uh-huh.
eyes.
Banana now.
Yeah, I can see that. You're seeing too much. You're seeing
Enigma
too
I don't
much.
sees
see it.
too
Drop
much
it.
all the time.
Oh,
It's a
I
problem.
can't see it now. Okay, now it's ethereal.
Okay, it's gone.
This is
The
fucking
banana
weird,
in your
man.
pants is finally gone. Oh my god.
Good
That was just funny.
banana.
God damn it.
You know, all this weight on my leg is actually starting to hurt my
Can
nut.
Enigma have another banana? Troy, stop seductively licking the fucking lemon. Just eat it.
I did! It's eaten! It's
Oh my
gone!
god.
Hold on.
This
fantastic.
corner is disgusting. No, that's my banana, fucker.
Well, fuck you.
No.
What?
Fuck you.
You gave
That-
up
that-
away
that-
from McDouble at Wendy's somehow, and Enigma's fucking pissed about it. Fuck off. There's Enigma's banana now.
That banana's drenched in beer, just so you know.
Yeah, I know it is.
Enigma can have beer.
It's
Enigma
the
doesn't get drunk.
It's only
They
the
just
beer
spit up
tastes
rocks
gross.
later.
alcoholic peel. No, don't touch it, you whore. Give me the goddamn banana.
Why?
Don't touch my name.
Gonna have to. The fruits are a really good idea. That's all I have to say.
Oh, the bananas, yeah.
I mean, fruits plural because I saw lemon too.
Yeah.
It's like there's a bookshelf back there.
Oh.
Bookshelf on these nuts.
It's just.
Hey, can you hold this for
Can
me?
I have
Do you,
it?
do you see this banana as well?
Damn it, give me.
What is
Give me the
that?
cum jar.
No, look. This is not milk.
It's milk.
That is
It's
milk.
probably sewer bear milk, which is probably
God.
cum.
It's chaotic here.
Are you going to.
How's it going?
Not going to drink it, are you?
Going
Please
great.
don't drink cum. It's not
Your
healthy
drink is,
for you.
Just putting
Being very taken care of.
Please, did.
Hi, Sachi, do you like my
Sanchi, you're
contemporary art
terrible.
piece?
I did.
Enigma learned that from experience.
Because I just slapped Hamsky with the bananas on his lap.
I will say,
Don't encourage. Don't
the entertainment
encourage
around
them.
here has been getting better.
Okay, one of them was.
Yeah, Enigma's.
unfortunately
Oh god,
stuck
Enigma
to his
flew into
no, no,
space!
no.
Ah.
Ouch.
Okay,
I
Enigma's
was gonna
back.
bring a baguette out because it kind of looks like his missing
Why'd you
leg.
slap
It'd be
me?
too tragic.
My mouth.
Yeah, he fucking lost the leg because apparently he ordered a McDouble at Wendy's and now look what it did to him. Look at this fucking idiot!
I make
Nubby.
you
actually
ordered
lose
a
your leg?
double at Wendy's. What the
I
fuck?
ate his leg.
Yeah, you're telling Enigma!
It's called Dave's Double.
Also,
Yeah, fucking
it's a
loser.
McDouble,
Just
Whopper meal from
just so we
Burger
have
Who
the
the fuck is
backstory
Dave?
later.
To Wendy?
Dumb. Enigma doesn't know, probably a bitch or something. He's not Ronald, so he's automatically bad.
Stories about how you lost your leg.
It's a harmless prank, bud. I figured you when you proposed to them, you said, "Will you be a lesbian with me?" So yeah, I figured.
I'm glad that came across. Now I gotta think about a wedding, but first I need to think about B's wedding. But first I have to think about Jay and Fixit's wedding. But first I have to think about Quinn and May's wedding. Why is everyone getting married right now?
And and I'm responsible for only this one.
Get more people hitched.
I didn't mean to, though. I was literally just joking with you two. I didn't realize you two were actually gonna propose.
I didn't expect it either. We know appreciate it. This is an opportunity.
I own 4 businesses. I don't need one. I don't need another one.
You know what? Do Viz and her girlfriend next.
Do who?
Viz Pizza Store. Do her and her girlfriend next.
Oh my god. Am I just a matchmaker now? Am I just like go running up to couples and just be like, hey, you two should totally get married because I'm 11 years old and I know what I'm talking about, definitely.
I mean, it worked once.
It didn't work for you two. You're still weirded out by that.
You actually left him?
Yeah, no, I actually did. I was literally just causing chaos, but it ended in a marriage proposal.
Wow. Ida, I'm married to the rich husband, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Is this how you feel every time you do? Oh, because there's more. This is a nice little bit here. Those are jewels. This is just a counter that somebody put a sofa next to. Oh wait, no, if you want something to do
I need to clean my computer again. I could check my CPU temps right now. Hmm. Well, a lot more pleasant. I think. Hmm. I did, Casey.
Hello.
Hello. Casey. Neo. I never did come up with a name for the third one. That was, quite something.
Are you talking to yourself?
I tend to think out loud sometimes. It's a habit.
Sort of a terrible habit to get into sometimes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why you'd do that. The amount of people around here that'll overhear some very strange things is high enough already. You shouldn't contribute.
There was nothing terribly interesting to overhear. You know, it's like when you're only getting
Well,
half the conversation, then...
People people would probably quote the whole trash and treasure line, more than likely. You know, what you don't think is interesting, someone might find very interesting.
Sure, I guess. I don't mind. If there was something that I did mind, I wouldn't say
Fair
it, so.
enough. Well, I'm just making sure I'm not going crazy, and, you know.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Someone sitting there for some reason. I'll leave
Not
you to
this
it then.
time.
Enjoy your self-conversation.
I never did name the third one, did I? Nope. Raven was already taken. I suppose the secret circle is now free. Get ourselves out of the corridor. And you never got a name. Never needed to make one, I guess. Not a private place, but it's been a while since I've had time to myself and to my thoughts. The professor. There's not much point to me playing nice anymore. If I really think about it, who would I do that to? The Hollow everyone knows now. Whether or not they thought about it, they know. The Fallen are cautious enough that they're not fooled. Tigers wouldn't care either way. A good doctor is likely not looking for an airhead. I've only told Toronto. That leaves only my public image. I don't care about that too much. It feels good to not not need to pretend. Imagine a certain someone is, feeling a bit rough. Yep. All in all, I think there's no point. No point at all. And yet, here I go back right away. Why do I insist on... playing this game of pretend? It's the wrong game. The wrong game with the wrong people. Hello.
Good evening, Miss Foxglove.
Good evening.
Sorry, the
Lovely.
meeting took a little bit longer.
Oh, of course, no, take your time. I had a lovely conversation with some people.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello. Say, you wouldn't happen to see me tall, pale, dark-skinned, blue-eyed female. Bit of a spaz. Supposed to be working.
Sorry, I don't believe I've seen them today.
I wouldn't be
Sorry.
able to point them out with that, no. I'm not sure. Yes, I was having a lovely conversation. Saw Mr. Hamsky, as he seems to be missing a leg. I'm not quite sure if the story that I was given was the actual cause, but if it is, then it surely would be incredible.
Oh?
Something about ordering a McDouble at a Wendy's. Truly serious business, as you can tell.
Never knew Wendy's was so dangerous. Must have been a hell of a Wendy's.
Good thing we went for pizza then.
Indeed. Yes, I have learned a couple things, which is quite interesting. Made sure that our counterparts on the other side knew where to look. Or not where to look, but what the purpose of everything was. And the fact that almost everyone in the Hollow is actually on board soon. I believe there's 4 people left.
Something like that. Not many, that's for sure.
Indeed. Also, I learned something else.
Hmm?
You know the masked woman, right?
Of course.
That was fighting with them yesterday. Who's
Oh
been
wait,
voted out?
never mind. There, then it's a different masked woman. Which mask?
The same
I should
masked
ask.
woman
There.
covering the eyes.
Blindfold.
Yes.
All right. Yes, there are many different masks. So, unfortunately, that's not very specific.
Yes. Sadly, no, but the blindfold woman. She works, or has been, have numerous contracts with Mr. Vossler. And apparently that is how they have the serums. Or some serums, that is. And apparently...
Oh, that's fun.
The serum that they had... They changed it. They mutated it. To be able to give the recipient of it full control.
Maybe we can... Maybe we can find a reasonable way to ask Miss Yuna about that.
Perhaps.
I don't know how much you talk with Mr. Shade. I said a masked woman and Miss Yuna were, well, interacting with each other last night. And I might have thought nothing of it, but Mr. Shade seems to think otherwise. He has apparently seen them together before as well.
Indeed. He has told me the same. Apparently they were out together quite often. Yesterday.
From what she told me,
Yes.
Potential source of serums would be quite nice.
Indeed.
Did you check the itinerary? Are they still here?
But...
Potential.
Yes, and hopefully... soon I might be able to ask members of the BM personally about what they did. To the serum to do what it did.
I'm sure they'd be willing to talk for, well, for something.
Indeed. Still feels a little weird. Haven't gone on a date in years.
Well, good luck. That's all I can say. Hopefully yours goes better
I'll
than
need
mine.
it.
Although, I suppose I only messed up the second date, so I'm sure the first one will be fine.
Is everything okay? What's the fuck of you seem staring at something?
Oh, nothing in particular. I do apologize.
Oh, it's alright.
Just,
Tired?
pick a direction, then I look in that direction.
Of course.
When I think, usually.
Yes, I understand. Hopefully soon, once they're able to find their own meeting spots, we can actually start furthering interactions between two groups. I'll be able to talk with a couple of old friends or something.
That would be nice.
It would be nice. Hopefully that will help smooth things over between the two parties. Because I told them what Mr. AJ told us, the fact that we're going to be mobilizing here soon, building up to the siege.
Of course.
What we need to do first is get the size of the facility. How big of Marlowe City do we need to actually take to take Marlowe City?
Yep, and now that now that everyone's on board, we don't all have to do the snooping ourselves.
Indeed.
We have scouts, but also we have techies.
Indeed. And that is the one thing that we're going to be needing here soon, are those techies.
And speaking of,
I don't know if you heard what I was. Oh, no, mine is not that important. You go first.
Speaking of disseminating information, you know, meetings are great and all, but well, as long as you don't get caught, of course. You know. Hopefully my shopping goes well this week.
Don't worry.
Hopefully my shopping goes well this week. I'm getting litter writing equipment. Of the invisible variety.
That will be perfect.
Can't hack paper.
Indeed. That's why I'm using a burner phone for all of my communication as of late. Works quite well.
Of course.
Can't hack something when it's so old and decrepit tech that nothing can interface with it. Also, I don't know if I've told you yet, but gonna be getting an ocular cybernetic eye.
I'm not sure if you've mentioned it around. Is this different than the microscope? More or
Yes, so the eye will allow me to be able to have the microscope function, of course, as well as have connectivity to my computer and be able to be upgradable in the future.
Ah, I see.
Managed to find it a lot cheaper than going with that eye implant. Only 60,000 credits. I just wanted to... people that I'm close with now. And not be afraid that it wasn't my doing, like how others are usually.
Oh well. It's rather
I'm
slow.
distracted. Is everything alright?
Hmm.
Sorry.
I was just man, before you came out, I was just reminiscing, I suppose, and maybe I still am a little bit.
About what? I'm curious.
Just my time here. Have a little bit of a expanded perspective on things.
Hmm.
More responsibility. But that's silly. Things have gotten much more complicated very quickly. Just thinking about it all.
Yes, they have. Back to when times were a lot simpler.
I have actually sat here once or twice alone, and just speaking to myself helps me unravel all the thoughts.
I understand.
And it's been a while since I've had the opportunity. Quite some time.
Well, soon, hopefully, it won't have to be as complex. Once we're able to have talks with the other side, communication between our brothers and sisters.
Things might get easier. I wouldn't say less complex.
Yes. It was less complex when I first started, that's for sure. But ever since I came to the Hollow... There's always something.
Oh no, I think it's been like that the whole time. Not an ever since you came thing. Always very eventful.
Oh yeah, so it's always been there at the Hollow. It's just that's when I started noticing it and experience everything. Was when I first got there. Excuse me. Still want to know the name though. Why it's called the Hollow.
The name was more apt when I joined.
Hmm? Oh.
You take it to mean empty. And that was very much the feeling around the place. And not just the building itself. That too. Rooms were not yet cleared out, but you know, that doesn't matter as much. The people as well.
Right. Hmm. Perhaps once we get it all cleaned up, colored with Miss Jackie's skill, perhaps we should call it something else.
Perhaps. Yeah. I don't think the name is very accurate anymore.
Yes, the empty. When it's not really empty anymore. Especially once we're all able to come together again. One big happy family.
Nothing too on the nose, of course.
Attention to my conversation about literal rain and how it's made to make a fucking universe.
Can't have the council knowing that we're having too much fun now, can we?
Honestly, I believe that is what they might want.
Too much, I meant. There's always too much.
Now that is true. Right, so this equipment that you were talking about with Miss Tech, or Mr. Tex?
Yes,
Do you know what specifically it was?
Not exactly. I asked for a location. I was not given a location. Instead, I was given a contact. Of course.
Right.
You know, if I didn't pay anything for it, so you know, it would be very wise of him to actually give me the location. Of course. So that makes sense. I believe the deal is that there is a location that has various lab equipment. Has given me a list of equipment that he wants, and the deal is that the contact will bring us to the location if we get the equipment for him, then we can take whatever else we find there. That was the deal.
Alright. Have you been thinking about a team to go with you?
Well, I did want to coordinate with the others because it does sound like we have at least 3 such missions that I know of. I'm not sure if there were more.
Right. I think actually there were.
So perhaps instead of picking specific people, I feel like it would be more apt to, spread everyone around, make sure everyone's pulling their weight.
Right. Yes.
And if it was just me, then I would absolutely pick a team. But considering that it's not, well.
Hmm. So I might be using one of the similar team that I was using to be able to get another antique, as it were.
Yes, of course, I heard.
So I believe that might be my way of getting equipment.
I was also standing in line behind Slick when he was discussing his own mission. I didn't hear everything, but of course then he explained it to us later in the workshop, so.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, Miss Jackie had something as well.
That makes 4. Alright.
Also, yes.
Attention patrons, can a sweet little pickle please be head to the bar? Thank you.
Alright. Anyways, I do know Mr. Raven has something as well lined up for herself. She has an assassination contract, so I don't know if she's gonna go by herself or not, but...
Those do seem quite lucrative, if a little risky.
Indeed. And then, of course, I have my date. But that's not really much of a mission.
I really do hope Mr. Tex comes around to, well, seeing the value of working with me in, the trade of medicine. Because I can
Indeed.
absolutely provide. I believe I gave them a fairly reasonable price that would be both worth my time. I hope it is also worth theirs. Be a fairly lucrative but low risk option to make money. As great as those assassination, as great as those assassination contracts are,
Indeed. Hopefully we don't have any other mix-ups as well. With,
of course.
Mr. Rat's and Mr. Cecil's debacle.
Oh, I will make sure to brief whoever's coming with me on the importance of what we are doing. We'll probably need at least one scrapper and/or scavenger. Considering we're carrying lab equipment, we'll need
Sometimes. Probably just something for his own dumb humor. I don't know.
they're probably quite heavy, bulky.
Yes, if you want, I definitely recommend members of the pain train. I believe
course,
Mr.
I will-
Crunch would be best fitted for that.
Of course, I will be there to pick out what we need. But the rest of the team needs to be, well, actually able to get the stuff that we need out of there.
Indeed.
Of course, I don't know what the location is. Tragically. But I'm going off the presumption that it's some sort of hospital or lab or something of the like. Probably also need to borrow Greg's truck because I'm not wheeling that stuff home myself. Would probably be a bad idea.
Yes, that probably would be. Depending on the size of the equipment. But yes, should be able to coordinate here soon. I shall be talking with Mr. Slick about that as well as Mr. Jackie.
Of course. Should give some of our newer members something to do. At the very least.
Indeed, that's
We get
a good
more
idea.
if we discuss the details of our respective missions. We can maybe formulate teams that would be suited for each.
Indeed.
Without overlap.
That's why I picked the members I did. their individual skills was perfect for what we needed them for. Miss Jess for her medical knowledge. Actually, it was just Miss Jess, but Mr. Shade for his stealth capabilities. Mr. Rat for his thievery skill. And Mr. Cecil for his tech knowledge. If you want to have a nice spread, I recommend something of a similar lineup, but instead of either stealth, you can go with strength, or thievery,
due to the due to the nature of this operation, I doubt there will be room to be very stealthy. You know, imagine wheeling a large machine out, as I feel like it's that point stealth is out the window.
At one point, we almost wielded out an entire laser cannon. So, I mean, it's possible, but practical, no.
I'll keep an eye out for any laser cannons. You know, maybe it's maybe it's a lab and pirate ship combo.
Indeed, that might be. Oh no, that would be something. But also, I probably should have done this quite a few times already, but sorry for my behavior last night after everyone went to bed. I believe I drank a little too much.
I think it was dealt with reasonably well. About as reasonably as you could have.
I hope I didn't do anything too horrible. Still can't believe I finished half a bottle of wine all in one night. I don't believe I would be able to do that.
I don't know if I don't know if you've seen Mr. Toronto as of late. He was at the BM last night. He's gotten himself a biker helmet. I told him it would be incredibly ironic if he met the biker, and that also he should probably be careful around some of the others. We wouldn't want any, misunderstandings. Of course, you know, of course the helmet is, well, not positively identifying, but, you know, people have bad associations.
Indeed. People do in fact have scars from biker helmets. Yes, we ran into each other when a very strange occurrence happened, but never seen a group of people die a little on the inside before. As much as they did that day. You see, Mr. Peter there, they're, synthetic.
I think I was there for that.
Oh, you saw all that when he was all
Yes.
depressed. They turned him off when they got his daughter to try to be his girlfriend. By accident.
That I might not have been there for.
Oh, yes, it was a hilarious debacle, but a little sickening as well, but he was depressed and everything. They turned him off. They were looking for a suitable synthetic girlfriend for him. They found a robot that was built right outside his shop. Had a womanly figure and everything. They programmed some lines into it, Mr. Ranger did, saying, "Hey, Mr. Peter, I would like to be your girlfriend if you could be my boyfriend and all that." And they turned her on, and they brought Mr. Peter over. When she said the lines, he stated how strange it was that his own daughter was saying those things to him because he built her. And everyone went in a panic as he got even more depressed as they dropped him out of there to not cause any more distress after what they did. And Mr. Toronto and I were just watching from a couple feet away when all that happened.
Train wreck.
Oh, it was a train wreck and a half. We both, share that experience together, Mr. Toronto and I, of watching that train wreck. And after all that, we just looked at each other, said good day, nodded, and didn't say anything afterwards because there was nothing to be able to top that.
I don't blame you for all the drinking then.
Oh, that wasn't even the cause of it.
That wasn't even the cause? Well.
Well, a little bit, but... might not show it, but I am, a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So... I just... don't want to make a fool of myself, you know? I have faith I should be fine, but... old habits die hard, as they say.
That they do. That they do.
Also, it appears people are, emptying out of the place.
'Tis a slow night.
It is indeed.
Ah. Suppose now that we're on the topic, I just remembered, any word from your daughter? Suppose out of everyone who went missing, I suppose Yuffie would be the one who I miss the most. I do hope she's okay.
Yes, from my conversation earlier with Miss MB, she's doing well.
That's nice to hear.
As well as the others. They're all doing just fine over there. Albeit hunkered down for the time being until they can actually scout around for a secondary location. And she's also told me something about, Miss JC. They might have found her body.
Really?
Indeed. Already buried. And she was visibly distraught when I told her that we had the head.
If you don't mind my asking, how does one find the body already buried?
Apparently she has connections with people who know. I wasn't told the specific details, but they were buried next to Mr. King's body. Not next to it physically, but around there. In the same graveyard, at least.
So I take it then that they found the grave and not the body. That would make more sense. Had me worried for a moment.
Yes, but... Yes. Sorry if it was a little confusing how I was explaining it. It's just the fact that I said body is because they're going to be informing Miss JC's mother of where her body's located.
I see.
What I've also learned is a cop. The game is getting a lot more complex.
Very interesting. I wonder how many more half stories we have. No, we have the head, they have the body. We have one, they have the other.
Indeed.
I wonder how many more of those there are.
Indeed. I've learned quite a bit from the other side. Especially from Mr. Mickey. Simbi was very calm about the entire conversation. Until I mentioned what I did about Miss MB. Oh, I'm just thinking about my conversation earlier with Miss MB. About just analyzing how and what she said.
And I said until you mentioned, and then I missed the subject.
Yeah, sorry about that. My mind goes 20 different ways at the same time. Each going insanely fast. Right, we should also start planning out what we will be doing next. For our weekly reports. Our plan for next week.
I've got most of my stuff in order. I feel like it's I don't know about yourself.
Honestly, I believe most of all of the things that I'm needing requires the better equipment, but
Well, of course.
anything. Anything we might start. Oh. Yes, we might start getting ready. The experiments all lined up. See what happens with we involve extra variables to the serums. Once we are able to, of course, get our extra products that we need. The acids and the bases and all that.
Although really, really need is, of course, there's the equipment, but also, I'm sure it's also on the top of your mind, security.
Yes.
That is what is greatly limiting the types of experiments that we can perform.
Yes, as long as she is not around, those more dangerous experiments we can't do. Luckily, we're not at that point yet. We need to start actually... Well, we've already started, but wait for all of the frogs to be matured enough to start experimenting on.
Oh, of course.
It's already been a few weeks since the frog pond was finished, and we've gotten the frogs.
Of course. We have a few more weeks to go before then. I was more so thinking of the
month, I believe.
More so thinking of something to do in the meantime, because, well,
yes, that is.
we are quite limited in what we can do at the moment. I was, you know, the research must go on, but perhaps we should look into investing in our own security as well.
Indeed. One of the reasons why I wanted to get drones. But yes, I already have Mr. Flint getting us a flamethrower.
Almost like the laboratory was constructed purposefully in the wrong direction. Almost. We can't,
anything
quite ask anyone for assistance if it gets out. Or if anything gets out.
Indeed. If anything, we might need to install, as much as I hate to say this, a turret. Or at least some sort of way to kill it.
Better, a way to actually remotely, perhaps, that too, but also a way to remotely manipulate things. If there's going to be a turret in there, well, we don't want to be in there while it is active.
Indeed, that is one of the reasons why I'm going to be getting my implant. My cybernetic eye. I'll be able to have a heads-up display and would be able to connect to my computer when I can't access it.
Oh, of course, I meant more like robotic arm of some sort.
Robotic arm?
Something to manipulate, something to manipulate stuff on our more risky experiments, so to speak, so we don't have to be in the same room.
It's a good idea. That'll be very difficult to get that one that is as precise as we need it to be.
Well,
no,
Of course, it's not something that we would use for everything. I meant the, live tests when we get to those.
Yes, the simple
Ideally,
procedures are just.
Or simple procedures are just simple procedures. Ideally, for those, we wouldn't even have to enter the room.
Yes,
Especially
I
if
know what
there's-
you mean. I think we're saying the same thing, but yeah, simple
Of course.
actions. That's what I mean, not procedures. Actions. One that can do simple actions of like injecting
yes.
something into something, able to move away. That should be relatively simple. It's just getting the NGs being able to either build something like that.
Of course, it doesn't need to be super fancy, right? Just enough for.
It's just that they have so much work on their plate. But we should be fine.
Of course, that's not necessary yet, and just
Actually, that's right. It might be very soon. That might be something I might do, actually, is message the good doctor of.
Of course, I was more so suggesting. I was more so suggesting that. Yes, of course. Because that is something that we need to ask sooner rather than later. We wouldn't want to be delayed in our experiments. But I meant in the meantime, while since what we can do is limited, I feel like it might not be necessary to have both of us in the lab for the time being.
Why?
Because you can go put it on Luna's head and ring it like a gong.
Indeed. We might have your experiments while I might do something else in the time being.
Yes, one way or another.
Unless you want to do. Yes, or the
I
vice
mean, I
versa.
suspect we have the same goals, so I believe it matters. Unless it's something very relevant, I can't imagine it matters one way or another.
Go put it on Luna.
Indeed. I'm just wondering if I'll have to put it on a report for what I'm doing this next week.
Something which
It probably will.
something which I have thought of, which well, should probably take a look at some of those old samples that we've used to see what has happened to them.
Of course. So yeah, I probably will be doing the same thing of quote-unquote science, but if we can, we probably should actually procure one of Miss Caro's poisons, see what that does, to see if that will be able to kill it. Or to find an effective solution to kill it. Which is a very good point. We should try to find something that affects the heart. Affects the circular system of animals.
Well, if we're on the topic of hearts, perhaps we should procure some blood for use in the testing.
Indeed.
Rather than skin
Combines,
or whatever else.
Indeed. I will definitely would be willing to offer up some.
If it's just a couple of drops, then well, heck.
No,
we
yeah,
have
actually, what I'm thinking.
plenty of blood
We should probably.
to
Yes,
go
we
around.
should probably figure out everyone's blood type. While we're at it, get the medics involved. And actually test to see if there is a difference between each blood type.
Ah, yes, wouldn't that be a way? Wouldn't that be a way to collect our samples? Of course, it would be
Oh no,
useful
not
for.
being deceitful about it.
Of course, it would be incredibly useful to know everyone's blood type. We'll just have, maybe a little bit left over.
Indeed. What force comes to us? I can donate some blood to the cause. Yeah.
Why, yes.
Oh, I need to stretch. Sorry about that. Do you know if any other whispers are coming today when you left?
Oh, I didn't bother asking, I'll be honest.
Alright, thank you.
We have the whole, no going out alone, but hey, I feel like I'm past that.
No one enforces that. Miss JC was the one too, but she
I
sadly
feel like I am
perished.
past that, rule. One moment. I
think we all are. Yes, what I do believe we should probably do is actually get some locks.
For?
In a case. Especially, for the last chance. Make sure no one takes it.
Of course. Could do one of those, two separate keys needed to open or something. I feel like that's important enough to warrant.
Indeed, it would be. So in the case if I am going to try to steal it, or if you're going to try to steal it, we won't have to trust one another, or if you, or if me gets captured by the enemy, they can't just open up and steal it.
Of course. That situation would be awkward if it were locked away, but probably better than the enemy getting it.
Indeed.
Probably preferable.
Indeed, it would be. But for now, I just need to check it one last time, and we should probably figure out ways to grow the cells. As I said earlier.
Yes, I have some ideas.
That is something we should try to do.
But, it will take time.
Indeed.
If we can... That would be wonderful if we could just... make more of our own from what we can easily obtain.
Indeed. Are you ready to head out, Miss Foxglove?
We'll probably need to discard this, but first.
You're wearing it wrong. There's a lot of chairs, but this is yours, and there's one, you know, it's the best. Something like that.
Wow.
Oh yes,
they want to
please
shake
shake
hands
his
with
hand.
me.
Yeah. Shake his hand. It's a great idea.
All right. I believe that was all.
There's natural flame. Oh boy.
I guess I just been stuck right there. Oh, is it that But it's so weird. It's like I had like a sudden just like memory from like this past life finishing like watching them.
So many different ways to do that. Just.
I'm not the one you should be telling that to. You should be telling
Hello.
that to Daniel.
I'd like to leave.
Breathe.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Imagine breathing.
have a good evening.
Imagine breathing.
Imagine breathing. Air, what's that?
Imagine living.
Couldn't be me.
Let us go.
And I've been playing God's Weekend.
Oh, there.
And everybody.
How was your conversation?